streaming live at Win With Taibu. You do not want to miss this opportunity to go live. I don't know what's going on with this thing right here. Bam. Taibu Mu'addib right here, your winning strategies coach. You can have winning strategies for whatever you need. You see, I got my podcast studio up here. We're going to talk football. Jump in if you want to over on YouTube at Win With Taibu. Let's talk about your fantasy experience if you're a first time or if you have a money league. All right, let's see what you got. I love it. All right, Win With Taibu. This is how I started. If you want winning strategies for your fantasy picks and for your team, let me know. I'm your guy. Let's get into it. So I did make picks yesterday, and I was pretty spot on. I did a pretty good job of my picks. I picked the Baltimore and Buffalo Bills game last night. The score wasn't all the way correct, but I was close. I mean, I picked the winner, put it like that. And even though the score was higher, it was still like a 2 or 3 point margin. So I was right there as well. So I'm my first time going around. I'm pretty good. Shout out to all the Steelers fans out there. You already know we had a big win. They talked about Aaron Rodgers, but they were wrong, baby. They were way wrong. Justin Fields, wah, wah, wah. All right. Hey, good luck to you and them Jets over there. The film has gone out. You are a one-trick pony. But, you know, if you can get a couple wins this season, more power to you. You definitely got paid, all right? I ain't shutting up. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and over here on YouTube and put the NFL scores up. Join me. Come subscribe to Win With Taibu, Taibu over here at YouTube to get the full picture-in-picture effect of what I'm doing. We're going to go straight to week 1 scores. I'm not going to play any games. I'm going to get right to it. I appreciate all y'all for joining me. Taibu Mu'addib right here. I am your host with the most. All right. This is after the fact. What I call this show. I'm going to look it up and see what I call this show. But after the fact, the morning after, whatever. You wake up, you're pissed off, you start the wrong people like I did. I trusted Dak over Philly because he owed him one and he had new toys. Dak, you're a leader. Talk to your supporting cast. Someone make sure CeeDee Lamb ain't got flippers for hands, all right? Let's go. Taibu Mu'addib right here. So the Cowboys came up short off a couple of key drops by key players. The Chargers, they put the beat down on the Chiefs. So, hey, look, everybody looks even right now. If you got blew out, you know what I'm saying, yesterday, you just weren't prepared. Everybody looked even, Steven. So the Lions, you know, y'all got to get yourself together, man, AFC North. We got the Bears and Vikings coming up tonight. I picked that game already. We'll talk about it. So if you go down the slate, my picks predictions on my channel, go check it out. I picked the Colts over the Dolphins 31-30. The Colts won. I thought the Dolphins would give a little bit more fight, didn't you? I thought the Dolphins would give a little bit more fight. I don't know what happened. Tua, you know, look, let's keep it real. Kids, if you get seriously injured playing football, whether it's head trauma or anything else, pick a different profession and like me and everybody else. Just love the game, all right? That's good. That's a winning strategy from Coach Taibu right there, you know what I'm saying? All right, but I picked the Colts over the Dolphins. Let's go to the Cardinals over the Saints. I picked the Cardinals over the Saints 35-17. The Cardinals won 20-13. So I'm a good pick'em guy. So if you're just doing pick'ems, listen to Taibu Mu'addib. I am your winning strategies coach. All right. Let's go down here to the Commanders over the Giants. I picked the Commanders to win 28-10 over the Giants, and it was 21-6. I was close on that. I was so close on that. All right. Commanders 21-6. Raiders, I picked them to lose to the Patriots 21-17. I was close on that one. It was 2013. Oh, no, the Raiders won. Oh, well, I didn't get that one right. The score was close. The Patriots, I thought they would have more fight. The new coach is a Patriot. They got Drake, man. I'm high on Drake, man. I think he has a lot of upside. We're going to keep an eye on them. All right. Let's keep on going down. The Bucks and the Falcons. I picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Atlanta Falcons, and they did. My score was 24-21. The final score was 23-20. So I was real close on that one. I'm your pick'em guy. All right. Bengals over the Browns. I had 28-17. It ended up being 17-16. A much closer game than I thought. T. Higgins, he got paid. He didn't show up very well. I don't know. Joe Burrow, let that thing fly. Okay, show me the money. 49ers over the Seahawks. I picked that game, and it sure came to fruition. 17-13 was the actual score. I chose 24-21. So I had pretty close differential anyway. But I picked the 49ers. I just felt like the 49ers are, as an organization, I felt like they're going to come in more put together. They had more cohesion. They knew each other well. We want to say our prayers for George Kittle and his family, man. Hope he comes back. I mean, he's a great player. Love to see him play. But he's on my girlfriend's family's fantasy team. So I hope he stays out a couple more weeks. All right. But shout out to her. She beat me head-to-head. Her first ever fantasy team. Let's give it up to Shay. She won her very first fantasy game ever over yours truly. Let's keep on going down. I picked the Titans to beat to lose to the Broncos, and it looked like that's exactly what they did. The score is 20-12. I had 24-21. All right. Titans, Cam, you got time. We're not going to come down on you too much, Cam. Shout out to my man C's in all Springfield, Ohio. The Titans is his team. Don't worry, CJ. He can only get better from here. I guarantee you that. Packers over the Lions. I picked the Packers to win 31-30 over the Lions. I thought the Lions were going to give up much more of a fight. The score is 27-13, actually. But I just thought the Lions were going to just, run the ball, have some success. Shout out to the Green Bay team for acquiring Micah Parsons. Up there, they showed the defense and said, "Thank you, Jared." It was pretty crazy. And then I had the Rams. I had the Rams over the Texans. That's what happened. Didn't that happen? Yeah, that's what happened. Let me see. Yeah, the Rams beat the Texans. I picked that one. The Bills over the Ravens. I said 30-28. The final score on the Bills and Ravens was 41-40, but I picked that game. I'm your pick'em guy. So if you're betting tonight, I'm saying it's 24-14 Bears over Vikings. So I'm your pick'em guy. You see, I got the vast majority of them right. Not the score, but the vast majority of them. So I'm your pick'em guy. It's a winning strategy to make your fantasy bets and picks of Coach Taibu. All right. And you'll find me here Monday mornings after the fact, getting it in. So if your team won, hey, look, whatever kind of flag you got, wave it. Shout out to the Steelers. And look, I'm going to say something right now. I don't like Chris Canty, right? Chris Canty, for all of you that don't know, if you look back, he was on a Super Bowl winning team. He played for the Dallas Cowboys, who during his tenure didn't win a Super Bowl. So Chris Canty has a lot of mouth, a lot of things to say, but he never achieved at a high level except making the league, which is an achievement of itself. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, who is this guy? Why are you listening to him speak? Right? I want to make it known that I don't like anything that has to do with Chris Canty coming out of his mouth. I think it's all fluff. If you're like a Terry Bradshaw or a JJ Watt, if you're a sportscaster, you're talking and you're saying things, we listen to you. You achieve at a high level at the highest level. But if you were just a guy in the locker room, you got lucky. I mean, think of how many players got that we never knew about were on championship NBA teams, NFL teams. Never knew about them because they never got in the game. That was Chris Canty. So, I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like anything he has to say. And I'm going to start up this week. I'm going to take my precious time out to start up Get Rid of Jerry Jones Facebook page. Now, I want y'all to all join that because I think it's a conspiracy theory. I think that Jerry Jones is making money and building a capital organization up financially for his own pockets for him and his kids. With the controversy, keeping the Cowboys, they're shortchanging the fans. My girlfriend's a fan. I think it's a conspiracy. I think that Jerry Jones loves the controversy. He keeps the conversation about him. That's what builds the value. He keeps people, we might just win it again. That's building the value of the team, aside from the commercials and stuff, right? But the bottom line is this. I'm getting ready to put up a get rid of Jerry Jones page, not because I have something against the man personally. I just think he's cheating the Cowboys fans for years out of some championships. Out of some opportunities to win. The way I saw Dak play, Dak needed to have Chris Olave. He needed to have Justin Jefferson. He needed to have Terry McLaurin. CD Lamb, he's out of there. We paid CD for what? To check his goals out and after the game news conference, to look at his hairdo. So I mean, there's ways to win in the NFL. Jerry Jones isn't about things about filling his pockets. I'm putting that page up. Get rid of Jerry Jones. It's all good. I'm gonna stop sharing this page and I'm gonna put my fantasy page up. My fantasy league is going crazy right now. I promised my cousins I would go ahead and put it up there and I would talk trash. The bottom line is I gotta trash talk myself today. I'm gonna trash talk myself for a few minutes. I had Josh Allen on the bench for Dak Prescott, but I was right that I was wrong. Had CeeDee Lamb caught them passes, that would have put up at least 2 or 3 touchdowns. It would have been a momentum effect, snowball effect. Snowball effect. And that way, everybody would have saw money. I've been on the money. Yes, Josh Allen should have been on the bench. Don't get me wrong. But against Philadelphia, Dak always plays well. A healthy Dak puts up touchdown. I mean, I don't know about that. So for all of you out there that have fantasy teams, go with your gut sometimes. I look good the first half going with Dak, right? So, but go with your gut sometimes, but mostly trust the experts, trust what you got, keep them in the game. So I lost to Shea Smart team in week 1. Let me go ahead and put this up here so everybody can see it. Come on over here, join me with Win With Taibu. Check out my fantasy league. I'm sharing the box scores. My fantasy team is mostly my girlfriend, most of my cousins. You know, we're doing the thing that way. Let me see. My team, I'm gonna go to my team. So I'm gonna show you what happened. This is what happened. I had Dak in there, Christian McCaffrey, Chuba Hubbard, Terry McLaurin, T. Higgins, Travis Kelce, Marvin Harrison Jr., the Steelers defense, and kicker Jake Elliott for the Eagles. On my bench, I had Josh Allen, I had Zay Flowers, I had Bo Nix, Matt Gay, the kicker, Jerome Ford, running back, Jake Ferguson, and our Arizona Cardinals defense. So I didn't put up 100 points. My girlfriend's team put 131 points on me. It was ridiculous. Let's look at that. And we'll go through it. Yeah, so some of her guys didn't even get points. My cousin pointed this out. Some of her guys blanked out on her, and she still walloped me by a good 30 points. Of course, if I went with the experts and kept Josh Allen in there and Zay Flowers in there, it would have been a different score story at the end. She kept her starting squad. If you drafted well and you stuck with your draft in week 1, you probably did well, probably won some money. All right. Appreciate all y'all that joined me. Taibu Mu'addib right here. Steeler fan, winning strategies coach, giving y'all the highlights of my fantasy league. All right. So moving forward, let's look at what the league did as far as the matchups are concerned. And, you know, make sure you guys put your let's look at the standings real quick. After week 1, June's scary team looked like he's way up at the top league standings right now. 1-0. Let's go. Maybe the standings haven't come all the way up. Maybe they don't have the win-loss because some people still have players to play yet in this situation. But it looks like, yeah, they don't have it together. Let me see. League home, draft recap, message board, rosters, schedules. I have to get better at manipulating this. Scoreboard. Let me see the scoreboard real quick. See what that has. Okay, here we go. So Titans, tough guys. We failed to Shea Smart team. We're gonna give it up for her first fantasy win. My top point scorers was Christian McCaffrey and Marvin Harrison. Hers were Bijan Robinson and Jalen Hurts. The lurking legends. Right now, it looks like they're over the Doom team, 126-90. June Scary team got 128 over Garrison's Grand team, 120-196. And Jeep Town, My cousin Byron over Freddie's Fantastic Squad, 1 to 91, and we'll look a little bit closer at them. It's interesting. CD Lamb was catch caught enough points to get him points, but Dak only had 7 points. Wah. Make sure that, so moving forward, a winning strategy, like I said, if you drafted well, trust the experts in week 2. Look at the key matchups. But trust the experts in week 2. That's what I would say. Now, we got a good look at a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of running backs, a lot of defenses. So based on who they play next, govern yourself accordingly. You can only start one quarterback. So, Dak's playing against the Giants next week for me. He owes me a 30-point game. So I don't know. Josh Allen might sit again. I don't know who they're playing next, but I might keep riding Dak until he give me my money and then offload him. Who knows? But I would say more than likely stick with the experts. I probably start Josh just because Dak flopped and he didn't have his team ready. He's the leader. And then make sure that down the line, I keep my eye on what I can get out of him if need be. Watch your bye weeks. Look ahead 4 or 5 weeks. Check out your bye weeks. See what kind of action you're going to have, and make sure you're getting in that wire and getting the players you need to hold fast on some of your bye weeks. You want to make sure that you're getting your things done. I think we're using Gainwell too much. Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Add the GOAT. I think that as long as Aaron Rodgers continues to pitch and catch that ball the way he is, I think we'll be just fine. Because if Aaron Rodgers is dotting the defense up, that pulls the linebackers and the safeties back enough for Caleb Johnson, Gainwell, or Warren to find their way. And Warren, let me tell you something. As the season goes on, he's proven himself to be a tough customer. Warren's going to get his breakout shots. Caleb Johnson's going to catch to the speed of the game. And I guarantee you, if Gainwell is going to get any money, it's going to be because those two are productive. All right. We have a pretty good running back room. That's where it's at. Yeah. Well, everybody can't catch the ball. So we got DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, and they added up this game. And shout out to DK Metcalf. His first game out, he put the team on his back. He caught the ball, turned around and ran. He had a drop there, here, or there, but I'm telling you right now, the bottom line is I think the facility is going to be just fine because the Jets had no business scoring 30 points on our defense. I'm glad that Justin Fields ran as much as he did as a quarterback because we see the Ravens twice. Now, the bottom line is this. I can't hate on the Ravens as an organization, except the fact that they're wasting that man Lamar Jackson's career. What's going on over there in Baltimore? They want to be us, but they don't have the coaching. They don't have the class. They don't have the emblem. Taibu Mu'addib right here. That's my time. I'm out of here, man. You can catch me on Monday mornings, 8:15. You already know what's going on. For after the fact morning, after comments, commentary, jump in here. You already know what the deal is. Oh, yeah. Ramsey definitely got the last laugh. I definitely feel you on that. But again, follow me on YouTube at Win With Taibu so you can get all the picture-in-picture stats from fantasy. And I'll make sure that, going into the weekend on Friday night, so I'll jump in there and give a quick, game picks and stuff like that I did last time, maybe on Sunday morning. It's just my time is for coaching. Remember, I'm your winning strategies coach. If you want strategies for your fantasy picks, for your pick'ems, or for your life, I'm a transitional life coach, certified through the PCS. If you have weight loss goals, relationship goals, or finance goals, talk to the man. Taibu Mu'addib. Remember, when you overcome today's obstacles, tomorrow will always feel like paradise. I'm out of here. Let's go. That was a good one. Yeah, man, y'all know what it is. Again, Taibu Mu'addib. I have a couple of books on Amazon right now for helping you to stay motivated. I will be coaching and speaking next year. I will go on tour, my permission slip tour. I'm building up to that. I want you to know that you can expect me to be here. Catch me Tuesday night. Looks like 8:15 Central Standard Time for free game. All right. Win with Taibu moments. I'm just going to put motivation out there, put tips and advice out there. My coaching strategies are for your life to improve and be better. Thank you very much for joining me this morning.